There's the person talking to Mary Trump. I got the podcast today. I have not heard it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't see me because I had a lighting failure just a couple of minutes before we went on. It's completely dark.
Shit.
But look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, like. But I think she'll have me back and the next one will be better.
I'm sure she will. People are talking about it. And I kind of read the comments on there. People are just saying, oh, that Dr. Lena Rodriguez. Wow. And my friend said the same thing. She just said, and I'm taking lessons from you.
Oh, isn't that fabulous? And I think my accent is a bit exotic for Americans.
Well, sometimes it's hard to say, but boy, do we love it. We all love that Australian wonderful accent.
It's mad, isn't it? And it's a very drawly accent, It's yeah.
We're crazy about it. Because, well, I have no accent to me, none.
Of course, none of us do. Isn't it funny? It's everyone else.
It is. Us Midwesterners. And we have the reputation of just being the salt of the earth because we're so unsophisticated. Right. We don't know how to be anything else.
Oh, that's funny in itself.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Well, let's motor on.
Okay.
This is lesson 7.
I know, it's going so quickly, but I still have got all of the butterflies before this. I mean, I can't study enough. I'm going to have something wrong, that whole thing of
overthinking.
Yeah.
You're doing just great. You're already up and running. It's now just about reading,
and continuing to learn all the little nuances and the things that every card has got such depth to it.
It's a lifetime journey.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. I've structured these classes in such a way I wish I'd had at some point, because you lose a lot of years. You're reading about the Greek myths or you're reading about this aspect of everything, and it's just going through, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas now I hope any additional reading, it's helping bed down the rest.
Yeah. I've learned so much. Like I keep saying, this is the best thing I've ever done. I just
so
love
cool.
My regret is I don't have enough money to come on flying down and visit you.
Exactly. You really wouldn't want to do that flight. I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
Yeah, I went to Nigeria like 8 years ago or 9 years ago, and that was a difficult flight. Difficult. Everything was difficult. And what was I doing? My claim to fame going to Nigeria, I was the only white lady in her upper 60s that dared go to Nigeria alone, and I've never been anywhere. I've hardly been out of the States. And Boko Haram was so incredible. I didn't even know there was a Boko Haram.
Right. But did you have a good time?
Oh, I really did. I really did. I met my adopted son and his people, and I loved it. Just loved it. I got to hobnob with a very elite wealthy and see how they live. Yeah. And then very street people to see how they live. It was a lesson. It was a lesson for me.
And we think of it as a third world issue, but it's like Fifth Avenue compared with the Appalachians.
Yeah. We have got our own here. Exactly. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you've got a big pile of questions, have you?
Well, I've got some questions. I don't know if I got a big pile. I hope that this will be enough.
Tell me something. I haven't looked. I think my 5-card diagram. Have you got the One World Tarot book?
Yeah, I do.
Can you just look at the 5-card diagram for me? This happened the other day, and I've been too busy to go back and even.
I copied it out. Just okay here. I have it all.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Oh no.
Yeah, it got past me in the book. I can't believe this. I had another student. And I was saying, no, your signifier's in the middle. This is going, she's going, no, I'm going, what? I never knew they put the wrong diagram in the book.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. If
So
the
have you got a
signifiers-
plain piece of paper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, except it's not my 5 card. So let
Right.
me just draw rough cards. You can do it nicely later.
Sure.
So one card in the middle is number 1, the
Okay.
signifier.
All right.
2 is underneath it, the root of the issue.
Okay.
3 is to the left of the signifier, and it's the past.
Okay.
4 is on top of the signifier, and it's the energy over the issue.
Oh, yeah, this is very different.
Much more logical.
Yeah.
And 5 is the outcome.
Okay. So if we do this, I will use this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe. And I was saying to her, because I didn't have my book out, and she was saying, oh, the 4's over there. I'm going, no, look at your diagram. She goes, I am looking at my diagram. And I went,
Yeah.
oh, no.
Yeah. I got it.
Oh, my God.
The best laid plans.
Oh, look, totally. And it got past me. It got past Sienna. It got past the editor. It got past the artist. You know, because what happens, of course, that's why proof editing is so hard. Your eye sees what it thinks is there,
Sure.
you know?
Yep.
Oh, how funny. Okay, honey, so run some questions by me.
Okay, the first question is from Swoop. And I'm going to read you the whole email because it is so sweet.
Okay.
I'm headed for a big change in my life. Any thoughts on the direct? Now, Swoop she's younger than myself. She's probably your age, a little bit, in between us a little. I feel very good about it, but I would love to know what the cards have to offer, any insights or anything like that about my big change. And I thank the stars for your talent, and I'm dedicated and your dedication to reading. What a wondrous journey you are on, and how grateful I am to be on this path with you. Much love your way, my sister.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous?
Sweet?
Now, you get asked this question a lot.
I know.
So when you finished your 8 classes with me, you sit down, you think, okay, you can even design your own spread,
Okay.
for this question.
All right.
Because you will get asked it over and over and over. But I think for practice, we could use the 7 card spread. Have you got it printed out?
Yep, I do, right ahead of me, right here. I still do need to look at this one. The 5 one I memorized wrong.
No, that's right. No, I think you only need to memorize the 4, which is, a done deal,
Right.
and the 5 that I just showed you.
Okay.
Because it is only 5 cards and you can remember it after a little while. Everything, I still have to look up a Celtic cross. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't worry. I only expect you to be able to nail that 5-carder,
Okay.
But we're going to look at the 7. So have a look at it for a moment before you even start at what you're working towards.
The past attitudes, the past actions, the present feelings and ideas over on that side, where the situation is heading down from that. Advice for the present, which is, way on top. Advice and the solution for the future, which is way on the bottom.
Okay, so I just want you to get a feel of what it will be talking about,
Yep.
Yeah.
And Swoop wants to know, she knows she feels it, that she's headed for a big change. And any thoughts on that direction? Any insights, anything that can be advised for Swoop?
Okay, now it's general, it's open-ended, it's a whole new life thing. So I think it's a tell me about question.
All right. See, that's what I need to know. Tell me about Swoop. Tell me about Swoop and her future, or just Swoop?
What's her first name again?
Swoop.
Swoop.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
It's Native American. It's their nickname, but everybody calls her that.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have that there.
You can
do
say, tell me about Swoop, or you can say, what does Swoop need to know? That's also a nice
Okay.
question.
That's the one I'll
What does
ask.
Swoop
does
need to
Swoop
know
need to-
for her future?
What does Swoop need to know for her future? What
Look
does
at
Swoop
you,
need
card
to know?
shark.
I know, I'm getting that. What does Swoop need to know for her future? And I'm visualizing her in my mind and her sweet energy and spirit. Okay, 3, and then I will start my reading. I will start by placing these all upside down.
Yep, face down.
1,
And name the positions as you put them down.
1, the signifier. 2, past attitudes. 3, past actions. 4, present feelings, or her ideas. 5, where the situation is headed. 6, advice for the present. And 7, advice on the solution for the future. Okay.
Good. Now, because it's a bigger spread, we're going to do it in parts. So, starting with your signifier, what is that?
Okay. Do you want me to flip up just the signifier and tell
Just
you
the
what that is?
signifier for now? What is
And
it?
then talk about it?
I'll talk. Yeah, we will.
Okay.
Just talk
Okay.
about the signifier.
Oh, perfect card for this. It's the 8 of Pentacles.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It is perfect. And we will return to that. Now, I want you to name the positions of and what the cards are for the next 2 cards.
Okay. The past attitudes, bottom left, and that is the Hermit.
Interesting. What's the next card?
The past actions, which is Justice.
Oh, she's getting big cards, so that's
Yeah,
great.
she really
Okay.
is.
So past attitudes, the Hermit. What are you going to say to her about that?
I'm going to say, because I know Swoop pretty well, is that she has spent a lot of time alone. Swoop has taken, they call it the thirsty dance, the Indian thing where you sit alone in a circle, and I don't even know all of the ceremonies around it, but she looks for higher calling. It's the drums are drumming at all times. People are doing this, and she cannot eat or drink for a number of days. It's quite severe.
And it's a true
It's
hermit
a true
thing.
It's that she has really looked for this, and she looks for it so she's able to spread light to others. She's always helping.
Yeah, so that's a pure hermit thing. Right,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Justice.
And for her, that is in the
Past actions.
past actions. Well, it's the Ruth Bader card, and it's someone who carries the truth in one hand and the scale of justice in the other. She is practical. She is knowledgeable. She is the quality about Swoop added with this Hermit is she is able to be temperate with everything
the
that
scales are very balanced.
Yeah, with her thinking and how she responds in life, how she goes forward. So that would be the past actions. And that's really showed with her, the Hermit and the Justice.
Yeah, these cards are interesting, aren't they? Before we move on, remember with the Justice card, if there isn't a legal case, it's my card of social justice.
Oh, yeah.
This one is, so it's a person who cares about injustice.
And she does tremendously. That is her.
Yeah. So it's handy to know that for justice, particularly when you're dealing with older women. They tend to be past all the legal argy-bargy, of divorces or, things and stuff. So it's a useful one to know. And even if they're not active politically or something too, it can, depending where it is, a card, now is your time to become more committed to social justice. So sometimes it's the person is born with it. Other times they need to enacted. But I
Yep.
just want to point that out. Yeah,
No, that's a good thing. That's good. Thank you.
that's all right. Now, same thing for the next two cards. You're going to name the position and then tell me what the cards are.
Okay. That would be now 1, 2, 3. We've done 4, which is upper right, and that is the present feelings or ideas. So how she feels now. Interesting. The Page of Wands. Interesting. And the next card, which would be 5, would be where the situation is heading. Wow, it's heading toward the High Priestess.
Oh, look, it's textbook, isn't it?
It just tells the whole story here. How does that happen? But here it is.
Yep. So,
Incredible.
What do you make of that Page of Wands?
Well, I make of the Page of Wands is that she is, it is like expressing on a Page of Wands. She has an opportunity to express how she feels about everything around, and it's an intake of inner energy, it's an output of energy, and she listens as well as she advises.
Good.
And it's all regarding manifesting the future, manifesting how you're going to be moving ahead.
And one more aspect. Pages are young. And when an older person comes to you and gets a page or two, that's the part of us that never ages. That's the part of us that is forever young, right? That's the part that the energy she's got to draw on that is youthful and ageless, even though she's going into, deservedly, her High Priestess. It's twinned very beautifully with this new burst of energy.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. And then the High Priestess, of course, and that would be someone who is very mysterious and very connected to what is ethereal and the other side, the otherworldly. And she's reading from the Torah, I believe. And she has all of her symbols around her of wisdom and justice and equality. And it works hand in hand with the Justice card.
It does. And it also works hand in hand with the Hermit, because you don't get to be a High Priestess unless you've put in those years of hermiting.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how many cards have we got left?
I got 2 cards left.
Okay.
I've got
position
the 6.
And card, please.
Pardon me?
Position and card.
Okay. 6 is on the top, and 6 is the advice for the present, and she has got the Knight of Cups.
Oh, interesting.
Again.
And
the 7, advice or the solution for the future, and she's got the Ace of Swords.
Now, before we get into those, does that shift anything for you, in the position of how you think about it?
Well, it means to me that all of her hermetizing that she's done and her seeking things and her ability to contain both the other world and this world and feel kind of balanced in it, she has got a message for everyone that has got truth in there, and she holds it with a strong grip, a strong hand, and along with the Knight of Cups, she offers love, she offers compassion, she offers like an opportunity to express something maybe in arts or in love or in emotions.
Yep.
And along with the 8 of Pentacles, which we never did talk about, maybe we still will, but it's learning. She continues to learn her trade, what she wants to do moving ahead. She's a vibrant, well, I knew she was vibrant. I knew she's a strong lady.
Now, what this is about, following my finger, with the major arcana, remember we used to talk about in your early days, we'll come to the 8 of Pentacles in a minute. Early days was you go through your major arcana lessons in life, and then you come to a point where ideally then you do it all, but at a higher level and a higher level again, etc. Right?
Mhm.
And this is very much a case of that. Now, I think we have a responsibility when women who get to our age usually have something to say and something to impart. And there's almost, some people want to, they're driven to do it, and others are more, not shy is the wrong word, more reticent or do, but we all have a responsibility to teach. Now, to keep our brains active, we also need to keep learning. So to me, it's a cycle of teaching and learning and teaching and learning.
It's wonderful.
Okay, and that is crystal clear in this reading. And she,
Yes.
the sort of smallest card, if you will, wrong word, but you know what I
Right.
mean, with that Eight of Pentacles,
Eight of
is at the
Pentacles.
heart. She has not finished.
Right.
You know,
She's not
she's at the
finished.
beginning of a new cycle of learning more, perfecting her craft, and that Page of Wands wants her to put it out there. That Ace of Swords wants her to put it out there.
That's incredible. That's just
Isn't it?
incredible.
Isn't
Yeah.
it?
And it's just so her. She's a piece of dynamite.
So, do you want to snap the spread? Take a picture of the spread so you've got it for her?
I don't have it, but I have it on I'm recording.
Oh, sure. Okay, no worries. Yeah. And it is a classic, no surprises for her per se, but it's reinforcement she's on the right path. And two, there's probably a part of her that's very comfortable in hermitdom. So the advice that she's seeking is to actually find a place to put it out while she's continuing to learn. Because smart people know they have to keep learning.
Yeah.
Dumb people think they know everything, right? So to find a way, maybe through the arts, through writing, through running workshops, you know, whatever, she needs to put it out there because she does know shit.
Yeah. And that's what tarot cannot help with. I cannot tell her what to do past the fact that she's got so much to do.
Yes, what you can do, if she comes back to you and wants more specific, because this is her general thing. We went general, her next phase of life. But you could with her say, if she picks up on any of those, oh, I've always wanted to write something, or always wanted to do a podcast, or I don't want to do a podcast, but maybe I should, whatever the conversation is, you can then look with little mini reads. What does a podcast look like for Swoop? What does a book look like for Swoop? What does this workshops? So you can get a feel for her of
So she can.
what has more energy behind it.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
still give her more information.
Yeah.
But you don't try and milk this any further. This is big picture stuff.
Yeah. I think I am going to go get my camera and snap
Yeah.
this for her and send it over. It is really important. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I can get this going next. Swipe to open. Camera. There it is. There. That's good. Now I can
Now,
send
don't
that to her
forget
too.
these recordings expire after 30 days. So have you been downloading them or doing something?
Yeah, I am. I am. I've downloaded them actually, and I've got them on my desk.
Yeah, good.
So I can keep listening and learning.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, more questions, please,
All
Matt.
right. That was wonderful.
Wasn't it?
Okay, Sue asks, now Sue is again our age. My friends are mostly our age.
Yeah.
But she runs a rock psychic store, and it's really popular, and that's one of the places where I do read. but she's wondering if she should expand her business.
Okay. Now, to me, that's just a four-carder to have a look.
Work harder.
Because there's, by expanding, let me get a bit of background. Would that require another premises and more money for stock? So it's a commitment.
She's got a small store. Yeah, it's a commitment. My own personal heart says, no.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get that in the reading. That's what I say to myself. She's so comfortable right where she is.
Yeah.
So can we, okay, a 4-card reading on should Sue
expand her business?
Should Sue expand her business? And I'm trying to get a visual of her in my mind. And her quandary. She's in a quandary over it. And she's got a good business. Should she expand it? Tell us if Sue should expand, darn it, so much. Expand her business. Now, these are like that. Put them in like that. Should Sue expand her business? Should Sue expand her business? One more. 1, 2, 3. 4-card reading. I'll put them down all face down.
Yep. Don't forget all this face down business. You don't have to do when you're doing it yourself. I encourage it because it focuses your attention on a card. Otherwise, the eye tends to run to all the cards, right? So it's simply a technique, but in your own time, you do it your way. Yeah.
The signifier is, not much help. The Hanged Man.
Okay, that's interesting.
That is. Okay.
Very interesting. Yeah.
The other 3 cards, and I'll flip them and call them.
Yep.
The 8 of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
The Chariot. And the King of Pentacles.
They're big cards for a 4-card spread.
Yeah, they really are. I know part of the story, but let's get to it all because I don't know how the King of Pentacles fits in. So I'll start it, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Sue has put herself in a position where she is not making any decisions. She's looking at this and she's trying to gain a new perspective on how she should move ahead.
Yeah.
And when she's got this figured out in herself, it'll be so easy for her to get out of her position of unknowing and move ahead. But she herself is still, that's why she's asking about this. She's got no direction in this yet.
Yeah.
And in the 8 of Cups, that signifies to me that she is ready to walk away from, and I don't know if this would be being smaller and enlarging herself, but she's ready to walk away from something that she feels she has grown out of, something that she feels that she wants a little bit more.
Yeah, and also with the 8 of Cups always, it's doing things on your own terms.
Yeah, there's a river, there's water between her and the cups.
And equally, it could be walking away from the idea of expanding, because I have a theory. So it could be, this or that. You see what I mean?
So we still don't know, but she's thinking about this. It's not just
and it's fine to think about. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Chariot signifies, again, it's just like the Hanged Man. She's almost ready to move. She's got everything in front of her. She's getting everything ready to gear up, but she doesn't know which way to have the heart. She doesn't know which way to go. She's in a dilemma.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how deep this was for her.
Yeah.
And the cards so far are not pointing to a yes or to a no, but then there's the King of Pentacles, which is a strong energy, which is in regards to where is love, the arts, the earth, money. It's a money opportunity.
It's totally money opportunity.
It's a money opportunity. And that is trying to signify if she wants to earn more money, she might be able to expand.
Okay, now my point, which I would encourage you to talk to her about, is she doesn't have to expand her footprint, her physical footprint, to expand her business. Everyone does it online. Okay, so she could expand online.
Us in the Midwestern Wisconsin, we're not up to that caliber.
Well, yes, it is, because you could be in Greenland. The whole point is online is the world. It's not limiting herself to the West.
Yes.
Okay, I think she needs to get her head around what that would look like and the potential. Keep what's working for her. You might need a bit of extra garage space at home or something for extra stock if you're sending it out. But she might be better off doing an online business than physically expanding her footprint.
That's really an idea.
Then she has the whole world at her disposal. So tell me, and it keeps the charm of where she is. I'm not saying that as an absolute. She might just be ready to move on and spread her wings, but I think the idea is important. But what was I going to say? Sorry, there was something else I was going to say about that. Oh, just imagining the online thing for a moment. What does she sell that's different from every other crystal shop and, pendulum seller?
I cannot answer that one.
That's the question she should be asking. Right?
That's a good question.
Yeah. So, I'm hearing animals. Oh, people are suckers for their animals, right? If she started a line, both in the shop but also online, I'm seeing, I rarely have visual things, I hear things. I heard animals, I'm seeing collars with a crystal hanging off. So,
wow.
If she did, I will do the pendulum for your pug and tell you what crystal your pug needs on his collar. I think it would take off.
That's wonderful.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that is wonderful. I'll talk to her about that.
Crystals for your cat's bed.
Yeah.
Think. It would set her apart. She tests it on the ground, but that could be the online business. And she could then actually stock cat and dog collars. So in other words, there's two prices. I could just buy the crystal from her for my pug and put it on its coat. She would have to have a jeweler who puts the little thing on,
Mm-hmm. She is a jeweler. That is what she does.
There you go.
Amazing.
Right? Duh. When she's a zillionaire, remember me.
And me.
Put it on the crystal, and so nice images of it, professional photographs, like really good photographs of this on a cat, on a dog. She then has a picture of that physically in her space, but also online. I think they would fly.
I do too. I'm encouraged on that too. It's wonderful.
You can see why it'll work.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's a jeweler, you said.
Yeah.
I think that's why I got the message.
Probably.
Because you have to do people's thinking for them. Not her, I mean the customer. So you have a picture of a very pretty little papillon with its crystal. If I was 20 years younger, I'd do it myself. I think it's a real goer.
Yeah, I do too. I totally agree.
But you want the sensational photographs that will go in the shop.
Yep.
And she should think about, don't get sucked into a $30,000 website. That is not needed or necessary. There must be other ways. You look online, how do I start an e-business? You know, she can do the work, you know, and it's there. There's a million videos telling you what to do, what are the pitfalls. It's now easier than ever to do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I would encourage her to do a couple of beautiful little collars.
Yeah, I will tell her. I will.
A cat bowl and a dog bowl inset with a crystal.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
This is coming from somewhere else, you know.
Yeah, it's wonderful. She will love that. Yeah.
Because she has the skills to actually do that. A good quality bowl, you know, she's got the tools to cut it out, put in the crystal. That's how she should expand her business. There we go. Well, I've solved her life. Next.
You've got a wonderful creative sacral chakra. The sacral chakra, yours is really balanced and it's really feeding you wonderful ideas. It's incredible to watch that.
But then, you know, Queens in Miami can buy from her online thing.
Yeah.
She needs a name and I would copyright it. I think this thing is so, you know, potentially huge. She needs to come up with a name for that side of her business with animals or paws or whatever is in the title, and she should copyright it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, as you say, we have her future all taken care of.
Yeah. Next.
Yeah.
We're flying today. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, here is a question that I get asked a lot, but I think it's worth going through this with you because it's almost like swoops, but it's not. And again, it's a lady that is probably a little bit younger than both of us. So again, all my friends are just, you know, I love them all.
Yeah, either side. Yeah.
Okay, so Marianne wants to know, she says, I'm in a little bit of a slump. What direction should I be concentrating my creative energy in, and what does my life hold for me?
Right. Well, forget part 2 because it's a given. Right.
So what does my life hold for me? Just forget about that.
Yeah. You see what I mean? If you just read me the first part again.
So what direction should I be concentrating my creative energy? And she's a solar.
That is the question. And part 2 is that's what happens if you do part 1.
Okay.
So you're always looking for streamlining.
Yep, you know, that's right. That's right.
So you could even streamline it further. Marianne.
Marianne, and what can you tell me about Marianne? No.
Not quite. She's asking about the creative, isn't she?
Yeah. And her forte is sewing, but she could actually she's very talented. She could do other things as well.
And I'm interested, she's talking creative, not the abstract spiritual, even though that is part 2.
Right.
She's looking for another creative outlet.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
Okay. So I would say, tell me about Marianne's creativity.
Tell me the 4-card spread?
Yeah.
Tell me about Marianne's creativity. Tell me about Marianne's creativity. And I'm picturing her in my mind.
Sorry, I'll just stop you. Maybe a 5 card, because that'll give us
then
the
I'll
past
have to get that
and
out.
the future.
Okay.
Yeah, get that out.
Yeah.
Have a look at the diagram. The new diagram.
Oh, I didn't number them. So 1, 2 is
1
the
in
root.
the middle.
Yep.
2 is the root.
Yep.
3 is the past.
Okay, 3.
4 is the energy over the issue.
Okay.
And 5 is outcome.
Okay, I got them.
Good.
So.
Now, sorry, start the process again.
Yep. Tell me about Marianne's creative energies. That one?
Good question.
Tell me about Marianne's creative energies. I would not have thought to ask the cards this, so this is really new for me. Tell me about Mary Ann's creative energies. 2, 3. Putting
And-
one down.
Okay, here's the thing.
Okay.
You can look at the diagram now as you put them down and tell me position, number, position, put them down. But then I want you to remember them when you come to do it. Okay. That's all right. It's not the end of the world. Just relax.
Okay. 1, the signifier.
Yeah.
2, the root. 3, the past. 4, the energy over the issue. And 5, the outcome.
Yeah. Good.
Should I read, just flip over 1?
Just the signifier to start.
Mary Ann, the signifier is, wow, this is a difficult one, the Hierophant.
Okay, but it's going to throw light on something for her.
Okay.
So what do you think?
Well, should I just talk about the Hierophant?
Yeah, we're just going to talk about the signifier.
Okay. The Hierophant in this case, or with Mary Ann, signifies a desire to have everything really in order. She she likes to have everything in its order, in its place. It's almost like a detail thing for her. And this, of course, the Hierophant is including the order that's in the church, the government, the courthouse, everything that's going on around her. But for Mary Ann, it's her sewing room, it's her kitchen. She appreciates everything to be exactly where she wants it to be. And
now that could well be the case, right? But I don't know her, so my mind goes in a slightly different direction.
Yeah.
Hierophant is ruled by Saturn. It represents Saturn. It represents conventions and restrictions.
It's ruled by what? I didn't get that word.
Saturn.
Saturn?
The planet Saturn.
Oh, Saturn. Okay, Saturn. Okay.
Restrictions, limitations, keeping things in a box. So yes, you could be completely right, or she's limiting herself in some way, which is why she's coming with the question. If she was in the creative flow, there would be no question.
Yeah. I can
so
see
her
that.
habits are now restricting her. They've probably worked for her. It's probably a bit of both. She probably is very organized in that way.
Yeah,
but that's not working for her at the moment, which is why she's asking the question.
Right, right. And that
do you
is
see how I got there?
Yes, I do. And that is the Hierophant, a new meaning for that. Yeah, I get it.
Right. And we need conventions and norms and limits in the world, or people that run around naked and whatever. But sometimes we put ourselves in that box.
Yeah.
And this is an instance, sorry, of it's more that way than the other way, because the question is expressly about creativity and the woman gets the Hierophant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is thinking outside the box. She needs to actually step away and rethink things a little bit of her orderly.
She's boxed herself in.
Yeah.
I'm a sewer. Therefore, I don't do other things, or I cook and I don't do it, or whatever. We'll get more out of the reading. But you can see why that is a useful interpretation here.
Exactly.
Okay. Now you're going to tell me the number, the position, and the card without reading them. You're just going to do the other 4 cards.
Oh, all 3? Okay. So the second card is the root of the problem, and that is the 10 of Cups, the root. Okay. The past, which is the third card, is the 6 of Cups. Interesting.
Yeah.
The root and the 6 are very... Yeah. Okay. The one that is energy over it, the 4th card, is the Knight of Cups. Wow.
Okay. Yeah. And last one?
The outcome is, the King of Pentacles.
Just for a bit of difference?
Yeah, this is incredible.
So looking at those, just give me your impressions of those other cards before we dissect them.
my impression is that Mary Ann has had a very happy and completely settled life. A reminiscing, she's all of her cups are up. She's happy. There's a happy family card, and she's also with that offering to other people her gifts, which is in this case art and love and intuition. She's offering that from a pure heart to other people. And that is the energy over it. She wants to offer more and more to other people. That is her goal, but she does not know exactly how to do it. And the outcome, the King of Pentacles in this is, I forgot what it was in the other one already. Okay, it's the masculine form of job opportunities, money opportunities, home. She is ruling. There's not much here that is of water, of the water. It's mostly of the earth, and it's the someone that is ruling with a strong hand, compassionate and wise, but it's not really allowing her again to think outside the box.
Exactly. Now, is she partnered?
Is she what?
Has she got a partner?
Yeah, she does.
What's he like?
Oh, he is a marvelous man. He really is. He's ill, and he's got a major illness, like, and that kind of like straps her in to take care of him, to kind of worry about everything that's going on.
Now, if we go back to basics about Pentacles, money, the King of Pentacles would suggest if she finds a new creative outlet, she could do quite well out of it financially.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's got all those cups, which is her creative source.
Yep.
Yeah. So her question was, tell me the actual question again.
What direction should I be concentrating my creative energy?
Okay. Right. Now, tarot often does this. As I say, you ask a particular question and it says, well, you can't answer that question till you understand this.
Yes.
And this is one of those.
Yes.
Right? You can't answer her question until you knew that there is something boxing her in. It might be that the caring for the partner is sapping her physical energy, therefore there's not enough energy to go around to do the creative, because again, Saturn, Hierophant, it's about responsibility, doing the right thing. And I think this is impinging on her creative juices, to put it that way. Right.
Yeah.
So now we've got a story, right?
We do.
So we return to what she wanted to know, which is what should she do about it and where should she go creatively? You know what I mean? So I think leave those cards.
Okay.
And I would do another 4-card spread.
All right.
Asking best advice for Mary Ann's creativity or something like that. How should Mary Ann move forward with her creativity? Because what we've identified is the blocks.
Is the blocks that she's not thinking outside, and she knows it. She knows that she's blocked.
Yes, she instinctively knows it. But I suspect it's an energy issue, but we'll talk about that. So I'll shut up. You ask the question.
What should Mary Ann do about it?
You need the creative word in there. Advice for Mary Ann's creativity.
Okay. Advice for Mary Ann's creativity. What is the advice for Mary Ann's creativity? What is the advice for Mary Ann's creativity? Done. The advice, 4 cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I flipped it over right away.
It's all right.
Just the Page of Cups. Should I flip them all and tell you? Okay.
It's all right.
The Page of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the World, and the Ace of Cups. So again, there's a lot of opportunities here, opportunities for her arts, plenty of opportunities for love in her arts. She's very gifted, very powerful reading, actually. The Page of Cups has this, it's the watery quality, and it's got the cup that is offered up there. She's already had the other cup. What was that? The Knight of Cups. She gets the Knight and the Page.
Yeah.
The opportunity and the message. And it's got the love with the cup with a fish in it, which is a surprise. And it might even be a surprise to Mary Ann moving forward, what her creativity will be about. And the Knight of Pentacles signifies, and that is the past part of it. So that would signify a person.
No, it's not past with a 4 card. There's no past, present, future. It's just more information.
More information.
So think of it in those terms.
Okay. More information is that she plods forward. She takes the reins in her hand and she will get the job done. If she wants to have a new sewing endeavor, once the fish turns out and she understands what the fish is and what the surprise is that she will do, she will complete it, and there will be money in that for her. She will complete her tasks, her opportunities.
Now here, I've got another vibe going on with that Knight of Pentacles. And this is when you do 1,000 readings, you know, you sort of think, well, that's the conventional meaning, but is it fitting here? Is it fitting with what she's asking? Is it fitting with what is the best advice for her? And it doesn't really fit. Yes, she could plod on, staying in her box and doing the carer, and but that's not. She deserves better, right?
She what?
She deserves better.
Yeah.
So to me, it's the Knight of Pentacles who's the responsible, loyal knight who plods along. This is not good for her. Right? It's keeping her in the box. Her duty to the partner is just keeping her 4 feet on the ground. She can't fly because she's overcommitted and worn out. I get the feeling this is an energy issue, worn out, you know, by the caring, by the worry and the caring. So how do you put a positive spin on that? Sometimes when you have, particularly for older people, older meaning post 40, excuse me, you as an older woman yourself, or mature, I should use the word mature for us, don't hesitate to offer a generic sort of ritual. By generic, I mean safe. Okay. So it's safe to say to someone, you know what, Marianne, I think, you know, you're very responsible. You're doing this job, but it is sapping the energy, looking after. You need to find and tap into some more energy for your creative juices to flow.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't hurt to say, why not light a candle every night? And does she understand the language of asking your guides or angels or something? She does.
Yeah.
Say, please give me the sanction and the freedom and the energy. Write those 3 words because I just channeled those. Sanction the, what did I say?
Sanction, energy, and freedom.
Sanction me to have the energy and the freedom for my creative life. Okay, so she can light a candle every night for a month.
I love this. I hope I can remember it. I love it.
Because I think this
is what I want to do. I want to be able to help other people through this. It's so important to me.
Yeah. Well, I think because we've stumbled on this, I think we are best spent the rest of this class talking about this added dimension to your work,
Yeah.
right? We won't do any more questions.
Okay.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. It's like if someone goes, oh, what should I do about my physical this and that? You can always advise people to eat better and get more exercise, right? You know, it's safe.
Right.
Okay, right.
Right.
Okay. Regardless of their various conditions, it's safe. It's the same with any ritual work with candles. Now, to make someone properly safe, it's good practice to encourage them to have a protection. Even if it's something as simple as lighting a candle, it's good practice to have a protection. Now, what does a protection look like? What's a protection ritual you would know about or use?
I put a pyramid around me. I'm really into the pyramids, and the pyramids hold the chakras and the balance and the temperance.
Okay, now that pyramids are your thing.
Yep.
So you would say to her or to anyone else, before you do this, just take a moment to visualize a protection. And you say, I use the pyramid, and I can describe that to you. But always stress they can use anything that works for them.
Exactly.
So you're offering them something specific, but also what works for them. And for some people, it might be white light. For some people, it might be golden light. For others, it's a pyramid, right? So the protection before you do it, because you're bringing in that energy. Now, people know about protection, but no one talks about closing off. And I think this is a real problem. Okay, so what do I mean by that? It's like, say someone gives you the most sensational massage you've ever had in your life, right? Beautiful massage. But they don't seal you up, and you're supposed to get in a car and drive, or you can walk out under a bus because you're so open.
Right.
And we're not meant to be walking out into the mundane world with all its hazards, whether that's stepping in dog poop on the pavement or having your bag stolen or negotiating traffic. We move from these worlds to that world. So it's really important in your own practice and to advise other people to close off.
Yep.
Again, use a visualization that works for you or for them. So, for example, I use white fluffy angel wings. Okay.
Angel what? I didn't hear that.
Angel wings.
Angel wings.
Beautiful angel wings. You do your thing. And now I'm closing the angel wings because I want to seal in all the good energy and protect me going forward into the world. Again, you can make up something that works for you. May the pyramid stay with me as I move back into my ordinary life. You know, any visualization that all ritual work is about the intention. So what does closing off mean? Some people might visualize a zip. It doesn't matter. It works for them. I'm sealing all the good energy in now to go about my business. But encourage her and anyone in the future, and you have this sort of conversation. So take a few minutes a night. It's about the regularity for someone. Let's use Marianne as an example. I think she should light a candle every night for a month. Talk about protection, talk about closure, keeping all the good stuff in. But also you're closing off from the universe too, because this is why intuitives often say, oh, I can't sleep, or I get sick, or I do that. They're not closing off. They're really good at opening up, and they forget to close off. It drives me insane.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Okay, so your good practice feed it to them, and then you've left them with all the safety tools. Right? You can then take it further, because I think you will be doing this a bit. You say to them, you don't have to start tomorrow. Prepare. Freshen up the altar a bit, for this. When are you going to start? So you encourage them to look at a moon calendar. Right? And again, with this work, there's no right or wrong. So someone might say, oh, I want to start on a new moon, like that idea. Great. Oh, I want to finish my month on another new moon, or I want to start in the dark of the moon and move towards the full moon. Nothing's right or wrong. It just has to appeal to them. And by doing that first, that will tell them how long they've got to get ready before they start their 1 month ritual. Right. So, oh, yeah, I really want to start on the full moon. Oh, fuck, that's in 4 days. Well, I've only got, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the guide for how long they've got to prepare. And that process tunes them in more to commit to that process. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I have to do something.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're programming them to take it seriously.
Yep.
The other thing you talk about with them is, if you want to do this for a month, and a month-long ritual, even if you say to them, it's not the time every night that takes the time. It only takes you 10 or 15 minutes a night to light a candle with protection, sit with it, close off. That's not the issue. The issue is what I call sabotage loops. So they might do 4 nights, and then the 5th night it's like, oh, well, I'll just watch this movie on Netflix and then I'll do it. Oh, whoops, I fell asleep on the couch, right? That's a sabotage loop. We've all got them.
Yep, we do.
Oh, I did really well for 10 days and then my niece asked us out to dinner. Well, the niece is asking you out to dinner on Wednesday. So you say to her, hun, we're going to be half an hour late. Do your ritual, then go out to dinner. Because you're only dealing with 15 minutes a night. You see what I mean? People don't have to think, I'm giving up every night for 30 nights. It's the same with partners. Hun, I'll come and watch that movie with you, but I'm going to be 20 minutes. Okay? Shut the door.
Exactly.
It's prioritizing it is part of what makes it work.
I love that. I just never even thought about it. It's great advice. It's great advice for anyone. It's wonderful.
Anyone in any state of life, no matter how traumatized or how fabulously open and great their life is.
Yeah.
They're all generic things that are part of good, healthy practice, right?
Yeah.
And by having that conversation and saying, don't start tomorrow, it's already priming them.
I didn't get that. Don't
start tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
By saying to them, don't just go away and start it tonight or tomorrow. Think about it. That is priming the pump for them to commit.
Yep.
And talk about sabotage loops. And say, there'll be a night where you're not in the mood, or you've got visitors in the house and you haven't got privacy. You know what? You create that.
Yeah.
You wait until they're all doing whatever it is and you say, I'll join you in half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You explain to them that it involves this commitment.
I love it. Yeah.
And then after that, it becomes just an automatic thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'll leave you with that, but that's
we
what I
didn't finish
say
up
to
the last
people.
2 parts for her.
Sorry, but that's what it's about. That's what made me think.
We did it all. Yeah.
She needs to upgrade Okay, it's the world.
Yep. Yep.
End of a big cycle. She's still
I
going to
love
be the
this, Lena.
primary carer for this man. That is not going to change.
I
So
love
she
it.
has
Yep.
to change her relationship to it for her emotional fulfillment.
Yep. Thank you so much. Thank you
Oh
for
no, it's a
teaching
thrill.
me.
It's
Thank
the
you. Thank
thrill.
you.
I can feel it going onto fertile ground. Thank you so much.
Well, what can I say? I love this. I mean, as I keep saying, I'm like a sponge. Even though I'm 70, I'm still like
And
a
that is the
sponge.
best thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Good on you, Faye. So let me write this down because next week's going to be the last lesson.
Oh,
But let me just say, in case I forget next week, it's the end of the 8 weeks, right? And so I suggest you go off and just do readings for people like you are and do all that for a month, 6 weeks or something. And you're always welcome to get in touch and say, look, I've been doing this is going great, but I still feel I need a bit of work on kings and queens or whatever it is, you know.
yes. Thank you.
And you
I
can
will
book
do
in
that. Yep.
another 1 or 2
Yep.
as a top up. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
But I think you're a very good reader and I'm proud to have you as a student.
Oh,
I
thank you
really
so
am.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Because you were 2/3 of the way there. You know, you'd done years of work. And so this is just polishing you off now. All right, honey. I'm going to go and make a video now.
See you next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay fabulous.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm an intrepid viewer. Bye-bye.
Oh, I must say that at the end of my video. I must remember that. It's a good thing, isn't it? Stay fabulous.
It is good. It is good.
Thank you. Okay. See you next week, Bart.
Okay. Bye-bye.